to Unwrapped Las Vegas right here on VANR. That's VegasAllNetRadio.com, which means it's time for Vegas Unwrapped. The phone lines are open at 702-483-4444. Now, without further ado, here are your hosts, Aaron Phillips and Ricky Cash.
Good evening, everybody. October 16th, Thursday night. It's pitch black outside the studio. Days are getting shorter, but our wind is getting healthier, Mr. Cash.
Okay.
How are you?
I'm good.
What's going on?
Well, I have to make a presentation this evening.
Oh, yes. All right. As soon as we make sure that JPEG's ready to rock and roll, we'll get to that in a few minutes. Give him another second or two to get set up. Thank you for joining us here at Vegas Unwrapped at VegasAllNetRadio.com. If you need to move from your computer, your laptop, please remember that you can download the downloadable app to your phone through the stores, either on your iPhone, your Android, whatever, and you can take us with you on the move. So that would be a lot of fun to take us with you. Or, of course, if you can't do any of that for the live version, catch us on podcast. You can go to VegasUnwrapped.net, click on the Archives tab. That'll take you to the archive page, or better yet, go to our YouTube channel, Mr. Cash, and you can see our shiny faces doing our show, courtesy of our good man, JPEG.
No question about it. And if you can't listen to the show tonight, check the Vegas All Net Radio to find out the other times we're on during the week.
Absolutely, because we are rerun through the station 2 other times. So we're actually on the air 3 times during the week, plus our podcasts and archives, sharing all there is to share with the world about what makes Las Vegas unique, Mr. Cash.
We are unique,
to say the least.
Yeah.
So we want to thank you for listening. Mr. JPEG is still jumping rope with all of his wires over there. We're getting him set up. Bobcat's looking sharp tonight in his Hawaiian shirt. He's actually wearing flip-flops tonight. He must have known his prize was here, Mr. Cash.
Well, he made a big challenge to us yesterday.
Yes.
That's right, boys.
Yeah, well, let's take care of the other challenge first before that thing melts all over the counter.
All right, I will take off the formidable headset.
All right. John, you want to make sure you follow this to the T, because this is historic here.
And I'll let everybody know that the aforementioned birthday contest,
Yes.
was won
Which was
by,
mired in controversy, by the way,
which
2 weeks
of course
ago.
it was. However, being the good sport and sportsman that I am,
Yes.
I concede the victory to Bobcat, and tonight we'll present him with a medium Sonic chocolate shake.
Yeah, minus.
The cherry.
Yes. It did have a cherry on it,
I wasn't going to give him the whole thing.
but he likes cherries, so I couldn't stop him from stealing the cherry.
Somebody.
Look at that.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Look at that. You should be giving it to him on one knee, I think, bowing to him.
Like this. Yes.
Well, we'll just have you do the show from the floor.
Yes.
Are you going to share that?
Yes. No. Anything with you animals. You guys are going to be going to Sandy Castell's thing on Sunday night, and I got to work, so I'm keeping this shake to myself.
How come you're not going? Oh, you got a show?
I have to work.
Why don't you just call out sick?
Yeah. Okay.
Do a best of show.
No, not. I've got to do what I got to do here.
Call out sick, man.
It doesn't work. It doesn't work. Miss Robin's too smart for that.
Well, you're important.
No, I am. Thanks, Mr. Cash.
Yeah, but now that takes us to another segue, because if you listen to the Sandy Castell and Friends show with Chef Michael yesterday, which runs on KLAV 1230 AM 9 to 10 weekday, we got a mysterious phone call somewhere right after we got done with our segment of Unwrapped Treasures, Mr. Cash.
Secret hidden unwrapped treasures.
Secret hidden unwrapped treasures by one Bobcat. Apparently there's something going on November 8th, Mr. Bobcat.
Yes, there is. And you guys wanted to get in the go-karts. So now I've got your opportunity for you.
Wait a minute. Let's clarify this, please.
Yes.
I got forced into the go-kart because of one Ricky Cash who decided to open up his mouth against the girls.
Yes. Well,
and I thought we were off the hook.
No, you're not off the hook yet, because until you came out to see us race the go-karts out at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. So for Camp Make Believe, which is all set up for the Clark County Schools, is the anti anti-bullying and teen suicide prevention. They will be having a very special function on Saturday, November 8th from 5 to 9 p.m. at the Gene Woods Racing Experience. $25 will get you in. There will be 2 rides per, and all the money will go for the research for the Clark County Schools for anti-bullying and suicide prevention, okay?
I want to know if there are XXX go-karts.
Sure.
Cash.
I'll need a go-kart and a 58 long, please.
So anyhow, we thought we would get you gentlemen in the go-karts. So On Pit Road Racing would like to extend a challenge to the good folks here at Vegas Unwrapped that we shall race for the children for bullying and suicide prevention. We got all kinds of raffle prizes. There's going to be dinners, there's spas for the ladies, there's oil changes and all kinds of stuff. There's music concert tickets to Raid in the Rock Vault. There's all kinds of great stuff. Handyman services, free gas fill-up cards, all kinds of great stuff. Saturday, November 8th at the Gene Woods. Come out and support anti-bullying and teen suicide prevention.
Now, who's racing for On Pit Road Racing?
It will be me and Tim Reichard, and here are the rules.
2 professionals.
Yeah.
Here it is. The rules are, it will be 10 laps.
We get 5 as a head start.
Okay. No, you don't. You get 5 starts as a head start. Okay. There will be 3-man teams. Tim Reichard and myself are On Pit Road Racing, plus 1 extra. You and Ricky Cash, plus 1 extra. You may choose any driver that you wish, and you may choose any team manager that you would wish. Now, I will give you some hints. Mr. Gene Woods, Mr. Ricky Delarise of the Richard Petty School of Driving, our good friends from Dream Racing will be there that day. So,
how about Roxy? Does she drive a go-kart?
Roxy drives. You may pick Roxy if you would like to. Roxy.
At least she'll make us look good.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So I say we all go $1 a lap, 10 laps, and we donate the money to the anti-bullying and suicide prevention. Are you game? $1 a lap, 10 laps, 3 of us, 3-man teams.
So we're only talking about $60 to raise?
$60 to raise.
Bring it on.
$60
I'll tell you what. From Vegas Unwrapped, I don't know who the third driver's going to be yet.
Okay.
We'll punch in 50.
Okay.
You guys punch in the other 50. Let's round it to an even 100.
$100.
All right.
All right. Deal.
All right.
Deal.
We'll have some fun.
Deal.
What do you do November 8th? We may need you to videotape for insurance purposes.
I wouldn't miss
All
that.
right. We need you for insurance purposes.
Now,
by the way, have you?
Saturday, isn't it?
That's a
Yeah,
Saturday.
It's a Saturday.
Right.
It's going to be the first weekend in November.
Right.
A nice, cool evening.
What time are we going to race?
After dark?
Yes,
Yeah.
lidded track. We shall race at 6 o'clock sharp, sir.
Okay.
6 o'clock sharp.
Are we going to get in the fire suit and
Yeah,
everything?
you can have fire suits. They have helmets. They have everything, neck restraints, everything that you want.
Go-kart race?
Yes.
I don't remember.
These
don't
are
remember.
gas go-karts.
Gas-powered
These
go-karts.
are the things that can go really quick.
These things will run on the average of 35 to 45 miles an hour. The track is just a hair under a half mile with 11 turns with elevation in it.
Ay, ay, ay. Ay, ay, ay. What if I go on injured reserve because of my back by then?
Well, then you get. Then if that's the case, then
you become the team captain.
you'll be the
And
team.
I have to find somebody to replace me.
That's right.
I'll film from. I'll stand.
Do we know anybody small and skinny?
You just picked Roxy. So
Well, I was going to
she-
say, I was just thinking Roxy.
Roxy's man. She can make that go-kart go around. Last that I heard, Roxy can turn a 27-second lap around that track. So that's not a bad
that good?
choice.
I guess.
Is that good?
It's not a bad.
I don't know.
That's not bad.
I don't think you should have anybody professional driving. What do you think about that?
Oh, is that what you want?
I could turn a lap
Amateurs totally?
in about an hour and 10 minutes.
And his lap will be timed by a sundial at night.
See, you know what you see, John. You see, they're getting worried. He knows that I'm thinking about the ringer already, man.
I know. He wants to just run it up the flagpole.
No, okay, no. If
By the way, I do want to state that the $50 from Vegas Unwrapped will come from the Ricky Cash fan club funds that we're using to raise to give back to the community.
That's an absolute
I want to
given.
clarify that.
okay,
So.
and the $50 that comes from On Pit Road Racing will be donated through its Heels and Wheels Foundation.
Perfect.
Okay,
Okay.
There you go.
All right.
So, all right, we'll November 8th. I think we'll iron out all the final details in the coming week or two once we kind of get our heads wrapped around this.
And if
But,
you wish to put the status in no professional drivers, that's fine.
I mean, that's like Tiger Woods going up against us on miniature golf course for crying out loud.
And hope that he did have both eyes covered.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, there you go. If you want a professional driver, they have to drive blindfolded.
Yeah.
How's that one? Is that good?
I love
I
it.
can see Gene's insurance rates really going through the ceiling.
Sorry, Gene, I may put you out of business.
Probably.
Exactly. All right, we'll come up with something. We'll have fun with it, and come on out and support us for a good cause. I think during the race, not only should we donate the 50 each. I mean, it still doesn't seem like enough, but I think maybe during that particular advertised race, somebody ought to be in the crowd, like passing a hat around or whatever.
We'll make that. We'll do that.
Take bets on whether Phillips and Cash survive.
Right, they'll close that place down so fast nobody will know it hit them.
Oh my gosh!
Hey, real
Yes.
quickly, not to throw the rhythm out, just real quickly tonight, 3-2 right now, top of the 7th inning. St. Louis on top of San Francisco, and in NFL football, it's the Jets down by 5, 17-12. 10 minutes.
field goal.
10 minutes left in the third period. New England 17, the Jets 12. That's a sports look right now.
Thank you.
I'm looking over there, Rosemary, because he's always looking at broads.
Yeah, you don't want to catch him at the wrong time.
Yeah.
But all right. By the way, those of you who are listening to us don't know this, but those of you who will be viewing it, notice two other individuals in the studio with us. They were actually our guests for our second hour.
I thought they were the censors.
Yeah. Rosemary to my left and Kathy to Cash's right, and they're actually here on a conference. They're here on business, but they happen to have asked if it was possible to come meet Ricky Cash because they are both members of the fan club.
Can you believe
So
that?
these are our first members who have actually having the opportunity to meet Ricky Cash, and they're from California.
In the
folks-
desert.
In the desert. What is it? Palm Desert? Is that where it is, right? Palm
Yeah,
Desert.
but you think the sun might have gone to their heads?
The heat coming
Yeah,
across
that's what I'm
15 might have
thinking,
gotten to them. But so we'll get to them a little bit later on in the show. Otherwise, we have celebrity birthdays, dates in history. We'll do a little unwrapped treasures. Of course. Oh, I have to do JPEG will be coming up with doing it with Styles. I have to share a story from this past weekend that is sort of along the lines of a doing it with Styles concept.
Yeah.
Can I just take before we go to break? I want to share.
Go for it.
I want to share my story about my blood sugar drop. I shared that with you last Saturday.
Sure.
So last Saturday, Robin wanted to go down to Town Square to the store called the Container Box. It's one of these stores where you can get containers in any shape, sizes, tins, whatever. So she had to get stuff for school. So all right, so we go down there. We drive down, still dealing with my back issue. Wasn't 100%, but I promised her to go. So we get done in the store, and now we start walking Town Square. And within about 5 minutes, I feel my blood sugar starting to drop. Those who don't know, I was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes a year ago. And I had never experienced the drop, A, so rapidly, and B, so severe. I mean, I had to walk into another restaurant to sit down to try to see what their wait was to actually get some food because I didn't have any lifesavers or anything with me. 20-minute wait. I had to sit. The sweat. Now, you always tell the story about the first time we did a football game up in the press box where it was about 1,000 degrees and I was sweating like I came out of a pool.
Yeah, we had to get brooms and squeegees.
Yes, it was
and
nasty.
everything to wipe that up.
So I was sweating profusely. So I got my sea legs under me, and we go into, and I'm going to give them a plug, California Pizza down there at Town Square. So you walk in, they had a waiting list for the tables, about a 15-minute wait, and there's no way I was going to be able to wait 15 minutes, and I noticed that the counter area, the bar area, was empty. So they let us go to the bar. So we sit down, and Rebecca was the bartender. And I immediately told her, I said, I'm in distress right now. I have my blood sugars dropped. I need something fast. I need bread. I need carbs. I need something. She reacted within like 10 seconds, brought me a tray of bread. You mentioned, did I ask for orange juice?
Yeah,
I didn't even think about that.
That's
but now
automatic.
I didn't even think about it, but she brought me that. I had water to rehydrate. We ordered our lunch. They expedited our meal because of what I was going through. And by the time the meal was over, I was fine. I told her, I thanked her, come up and down 6 ways come Sunday, and I sought out the general manager on the way out to let him know how pleased I was with her quick response. So I want to thank Rebecca. I want to thank California Pizza for hiring her because she knew what to do. She knew what I needed. She knew that I needed something with carbs, something with energy to pick it back up. And it was, I know when the blood sugar drops, but I had never experienced it like I did this past Saturday, and it was pretty fierce. And I want to thank Rebecca from California Pizza and all the fine folks there, the expediters and the chef in the back. They just came out with, I mean, I've never seen so much food come out in 5 minutes from a kitchen, but they
So here's what we're
expedited.
gonna do.
Yes.
We're actually going to give them.
Why don't you try that microphone?
'Cause
He's not plugged in yet.
Yeah, figures.
Technical difficulties.
Not on this side.
I will actually do a Doing It with Styles award.
Okay.
We'll take down there to give to them, to present.
Perfect.
That's tremendous.
That's the kind of thing that we want to be doing for Doing It with
Perfect.
Styles. That's a perfect example.
Absolutely.
So-
All right, we'll do
I
that.
encourage all the listeners to, if they want to go to my Facebook page.
Yep.
Can they hear anybody?
We'll
Can
talk
anybody
about it.
hear what he's saying?
Yeah, in the background. Doing it with Styles.
All right.
Doing It with Styles Facebook page, DOIN It with Styles, and you can check it out. Plus a web page he's got up there as well. But to go to that. All right, it's time for our first break. When we come back on the other side, I think we're going to just banter about some things going on around the world, Mr. Cash.
And perhaps a shout out. Or two.
Perhaps a shout out or two, because we didn't get to that as well. You're listening to Vegas Unwrapped with Phillips and Cash. JPEG on the camera, Bobcat on the board. Rosemary and Kathy waiting their turn for the second hour to talk into the microphone. They're so excited to talk into the microphone and be on radio. You can just feel it.
I have a question.
Okay.
We usually go down the hill the second hour. Does that mean that we're going to go down and then straighten up?
No.
Okay.
We may go down as soon as we come back. All right, welcome back to Vegas Unwrapped. Munching on a little chocolate. I have heartburn from dinner. I had pizza for dinner, and it just gives me an excuse to have chocolate. Does chocolate usually takes away heartburn?
No kidding.
Use the microphone in your hand.
No kidding.
Hey, we hear you.
You know, I'm telling you. And these are all the technologically
telling you.
skilled guys we work
Jeez.
with.
That's a cashism there, JPEG.
That's a JPEGism right
That's a
there.
JPEGism.
Pegism.
All right, before we get to some unwrapped treasures, we have some shout-out stuff we have to do, Mr. Cash.
No question about it. Lois, come on out here and drive the cart. Because we are not getting into those cars. Yes, we are. We're going to show them exactly what we can do.
On the go-kart track?
I hope so.
All right.
It could be a rough one, but she's our steady listener, so she's got to fly the next plane out from Charlotte, because they have a lot of racing down there, don't they, Bobcat?
They sure did. They sure did. Boy, they were fighting last
Can't hear you.
They're, well,
Can't hear
he
you.
did hear.
Yeah.
He's unplugged. He's dead. They had some great racing last weekend.
Okay, I
Maybe
guess
we need to check the Y connection.
yeah, the X, Y, and Z connection here. Well, I'll tell you what, this is someplace we got here.
We're experimenting with an additional microphone for...
Comes in here thinking this is like the Sandy.
Oh, we almost had you.
almost
We
had-
almost had you on that last little twist of the wire.
It's a little bit on this end.
Sounds like
Yeah,
it's a
that's-
short.
Oh, my goodness. What did I get myself into?
Now we lost both mics. All right. So while we're doing that, Bobcat, strum up the band for Vegas for Unwrapped Treasures, if you would. Thank you very much. By the way, Mr. Cash, you mentioned this as we were on our way in. Foodie Fest! Foodie Fest officially started yesterday, goes all the way through to the 19th. This is down at the Link Promenade. Las Vegas Foodie Fest presented by Pepsi. Yeah. Returns to the Strip from Wednesday the 15th through the 19th with a new location down at the Link Promenade. Foodie Fest will feature more than 50 gourmet food trucks and food vendors, headlined by East Coast and Midwest favorite, White Castle. Guests will enjoy carnival rides and games, live entertainment, and a VIP tent. Tickets start at $10 for the 5-day event and can be purchased online at www.lasvegasfoodiefest.com.
And the person who eats the most will be dropped from the link and see if they can bounce
Absolutely.
off the promenade.
Well, if you eat enough White Castle and you fly,
you just might
fly.
You could float down, right?
Gas powered. Are you kidding me? Thirsty Third Thursday pub crawl is actually going on tonight as we speak. So after you're done listening to us, head on down. It kicks off at Hennessy's Tavern at 425 Fremont Street. Everyone gets 6 drinks and half-price food, all for just $20.
6 drinks. I love that.
This fun pub crawl
That's
takes you
why they're going to crawl.
to the right, exactly, to the hippest downtown party spots, starting at Hennessy's Tavern, then visiting the Gold Spike, Hogs and Heifers, the Sidebar, Mickey Finn's, and finally the Las Vegas Country Saloon. There's also free live entertainment. Call 702-382-4421 to RSVP.
Yes, your choice of ambulance will be there, and your choice of hospital will be available to you as well. And if
Absolutely.
you decide you want to drive home after that, everybody get the hell off the road.
Exactly. Check your insurance premiums.
Oh.
Vegas Valley Book Festival is this Saturday, October 18th, starting at 10 a.m. down at the historic 5th Street School, 401 South 4th Street. For more information, call 702-229-3515. The festival is expected to feature more than 165 authors and 100 events, including panel discussions, keynote speakers, readings, book signings, workshops, vendor exhibits, art exhibits, spoken word performances, and other programs. There's going to be 108 young adult authors, Mr. Cash, the largest free gathering of young adult authors in the United States for panel discussions, book signings, and so much more.
Who says we're not cultured?
Not me.
Not me.
All right.
Clarify young adult.
No, because my script doesn't clarify that. Must you ask the difficult questions? Jeez. Let's see.
Same as adult.
No, it's not. And it's not. And there are no tweeners there either.
No. Oh, God. I was told you were going to digress in the first hour.
No tweeners.
Fun After 55 Expo, Saturday, October 18th. The expo is from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m., followed by a Four Tops concert at 6 p.m. It's down at the South Point Arena at the South Point Hotel and Casino. Cash, did you know that Las Vegas is home to over 500,000 50-plussers?
Well, make that 500,002. We got me and JPEG.
The Fun After 55 Expo is an event that helps inform the active visitors by featuring 100 vendors, who are selling, sampling, and demonstrating products and services. Explore activities like senior dating services, leisure sports, creative arts, higher education, volunteerism. For those who are into beauty and fashion-minded, there'll be information on cosmetics, skin, hair, and nail care, cosmetic surgery, jewelry, clothing, shoes, accessories.
Wow.
And then, of course, the event closes out with a free concert by the Four Tops, starting at 6 p.m. Let's see, if you're not into that, Family Fur and Fun Festival, also on the 18th from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. This is down at the Exploration Park at Mountain's Edge, 9725 South Buffalo Drive, corner Buffalo and Blue Diamond. Learn about helping animals in need and proper pet care while enjoying the day with furry family members at the annual Family Fur and Fun Festival at Exploration Park at the Mountain's Edge Master Plan Community.
Wow.
Now in its 8th year, the free event is designed to raise awareness about the importance of adopting animals in shelters. For more information, you can visit www.familyfurandfun.com. Mr. Cash, you know what starts in a couple of weeks? What holiday?
Foodie Fest.
In a couple of weeks. I wish you'd listen to the show we actually do. What holiday is coming up in 2 weeks, Mr. Cash?
Veterans Day.
Okay, thank you so little for playing. I appreciate it. Ward 2 Trunk or Treat Car Show and Halloween Festival, Saturday, October 18th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Admission is free and open to the public. Veterans Memorial Leisure Service Center.
See, veterans.
101 North Pavilion Center Drive. Well, even a blind squirrel can catch a nut every once in a while. 702-229-1100. Join in judging for the spookiest car, craft projects, costume contests, games, face painting, and music by DJ Brando. Fun for the whole family. For more information, call 702-229-2144. Well, now, for those of you down in Henderson or those who want to travel down to Henderson to do something different, also on the 18th, this Saturday, 1 p.m. to 4:30, at the Galleria at Sunset is the Henderson Community Expo. Free admission. The Henderson Community Expo features exhibits from more than 50 area businesses, community groups in the city of Henderson, showcasing products and services for health and wellness, fire and crime prevention, and public safety. Enjoy interactive demonstrations and activities throughout the day for all age groups. For more information, you can visit cityofhenderson.com/fire.
I get such a kick out of Phillips, whenever he talks about going to Henderson, it's like, oh, wait a minute, I better pack a lunch, a dinner. Maybe we're going to have to stop and sleep over because it's so far away.
It's 30 miles around the boulevard, around the center here, around the city, I mean, come on. It is
Get a staycation out of that.
That's right.
Might as well.
Exactly. My goodness gracious.
It's going to stop for lunch at Fort Apache and Russell Road.
And lastly, on Sunday, a place that Mr. Cash is getting himself into right now, pet adoptions inside the doghouse at Tivoli Village.
There you go.
302 South Rampart Boulevard, Las Vegas. Extraordinary animals will be on display and available for adoption. So that's over at Tivoli Village on Sunday from 11 to 2 p.m. And that does it for this edition of Unwrapped Treasures. A lot goes on. Mercifully. My God. Mr. Cash is going in the kennel as a Shih Tzu.
Oh, not bad. Yeah.
I could have said a Shar-Pei, but you don't have enough wrinkles.
Yeah, really.
I like Shih Tzu better.
Yeah, well, better than an Alaskan Malamute.
All right, we'll be back. I may be looking for a new co-host right after this.
You're listening to Vegas Unwrapped with Phillips Cash, Bobcat, JPEG. It's all getting started. We'll be back.
Welcome back to Vegas Unwrapped. Thank you for listening in. By the way, if you want more information on the Ricky Cash fan club, Mr. Cash, where do they go?
VegasUnwrapped.net. The Ricky Cash link on that tab link on that website.
Ricky Cash actually has a fan club?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I know.
That's a great spot. Thank you, John Lindquist and crew, for putting that together. We appreciate it. Let's announce we have 2 new members, right?
Yes, we do.
That are coming up as well. Who are the 2 newest ones?
Well, Brandy Lane.
Right, down in Louisiana.
Baton Rouge.
Right.
And our good friend Nikki Lease. Here in the Valley.
Very cool. Welcome. Their stuff will be sent out. And then I think, rumor has it that there's going to be one more new membership sometime this evening, I think.
I've heard rumors to that.
Not that we're putting Rosemary on the spot, but
No,
heard
Rosemary.
that was...
I thought it was Kathy.
No, Kathy's ready to join.
I know that.
So hopefully we'll have some more. And again, folks, do join us because our efforts are intended to raise funds to give back to the community, support the organizations like what we're going to do with Bobcat on the 8th down with on Pit Road Racing at the racing facility.
We've already given out more than we've taken in. That's because we're so excited about it.
Absolutely. We've supported cystic fibrosis. We've supported the Airman's Attic down in Louisiana, plus some other donations. But this time we really want to be able to support more because we're getting a lot more requests now that we've been on the air for so long. People are asking of us for more stuff other than just appearances. Well, they're asking us for our appearances. We just want to do more stuff to help support these organizations.
Sure, because they were nice enough to ask us to be at their events, and we recognize our time and effort is something we do out of love, but we want to be able to give a little bit back from that financial point of view.
Absolutely.
Like with Relay for Life, we're going to start taking a certain percentage starting January 1st, certain percentage out of the memberships that come in from January 1st right up until April 19th, I believe that's the date. 18th of Relay for Life, and use that as our donation towards that organization.
Absolutely.
Which will help the American Cancer Society, and something that Phillips and I will be emceeing for the 4th straight year.
Well, 4 years already.
Wow.
Huh? That's our longest standing gig.
Right, and it's our 4 different...
Next to doing the radio show.
The first year we got yellow shirts.
Right.
Then orange.
Right.
Then white.
Right.
Next year, who knows?
Who knows? Yeah. I should have given Ray a T-shirt while he was here.
Yeah, sort of.
I'll give you one before you're going to go down to the open meeting next week.
Yep, I put it on my schedule to be
So
there.
I'll give you one to take it down to Ray because we've certainly got a lot of shirts from them.
No question about it.
All right, Mr. Cash, what's on your mind, sir?
What's on my mind is, I'm a little, I'm a little upset. Not enough for a red alert, but enough upset at the media in this country getting everybody in an absolute frenzy over the Ebola scare. Now, if you know anything at all about this horrid disease, it can only be transmitted through bodily fluids that either you exchange with people that have it or people who've treated people with it and put it, let's say, on a towel, and you picked up the towel and wiped yourself off on that. The chances of people getting widespread contamination in this country is absolutely 99.999% against it happening. And yet, every single news broadcast that I'm watching, at no matter whether it's 6, 10, 11, whenever it is, that's the opening story. Why? Because a second person now has been diagnosed with the disease, and that person happened to work with the person who had the disease and succumbed to it. It's ridiculous. To me, it's a little bit too much.
Well, and the funny thing is, I shouldn't say funny thing, but the other thing I notice that's happening with this is that you're hearing these reports of so-and-so suspected of having Ebola, like when they had to close down the airport here last week. There was a plane that came in, they thought a passenger had it, blah, 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 and they find out it was nothing more than like a hangnail. I mean, they create the scare.
That's and that's my complaint.
Right. And then finding out that it's not even close to the Ebola virus.
And again, if Ebola is not an airborne virus. Now, if it was an airborne virus, I've seen enough disaster movies to know go underground, right? But it just isn't. And it's a little bit nutty.
How many people this year have died from the flu in this country?
Quite a few.
Why aren't we doing something about that?
Well, we try. We
see. There you go, thinking logically again.
But
I'm sorry.
But anyway, that's been on my mind, and we talked about stuff that gets to us last week on the show. We did that in the second hour. Figured let's talk about it because not just that, or any other thing that might be on your mind, might be bugging you, or something good that you think might be happening. This is a good time to bring it up.
I'm going to actually answer your question.
Please do.
I will, because I just looked it up online. Let's see if I can first find it here. Okay, here's some statistics. You ready? We're going to go back to 1889. Cash was there.
I was reporting on it.
I know. That's why you should know these numbers.
I do.
Russian flu pandemic.
Oh, that was a big.
That was tough. You remember how many?
Are you kidding me?
Remember how many died?
Knocked the heck out of the Ukraine.
1 million flu deaths.
That's right.
Okay. 1918 Spanish flu pandemic. Over 40 to 50 million flu deaths, including 675,000 in the United States alone.
Wait. Did you say 40 to 60 million?
No, I said 40 to 50 million, actually. 40 to 50 million flu deaths.
And it came on the heels of the end of World War I,
right,
where they already lost almost that many people, it seems.
1957 Asian flu pandemic. Over 1 million flu deaths, including 70,000 in the United States. 1968 Hong Kong flu pandemic, about 1 to 3 million flu deaths. 2009 the H1N1 flu pandemic, between 8,870 and 18,000 deaths in the United States and up to 203,000 deaths worldwide. And in 2009, let's see, it was the first pandemic for which a large supply. Okay, so that's that.
And how many deaths have there been in the United States this year for the Ebola? One. And he was treating
somebody else,
the people in
right,
East Africa.
Now, of course, the flu also attacks pediatrics as well. 2003 through 4, there was 152 pediatric flu deaths. 2009-10, which was the swine flu pandemic, 282 pediatric flu deaths. Last year alone, 108 pediatric flu deaths. So, and obviously the flu season has not theoretically started yet here this season. So I don't get the flu shot.
I always do.
I do too.
And knock on wood, I've gotten away with it. And my doc actually asked me with the diabetes, he says, you should be getting the flu shot. I'm like, I don't want the flu shot.
Flu shot and a pneumonia shot. You get that every 3 years.
Both times I've done it, got sick as a dog.
Yeah, that's what I hear. And it's almost immediately after getting the shot.
Chances of that is like 1 in a million.
Well, I guess I was two out of a million because both times I took it, I was sick the next morning. So,
did you get it a third time?
Nope, I haven't had it.
That's it.
But you never got the flu either, did you?
Well, the flu or being sick, either which way, forget it. Just give me that good old thorough flu, man, and some orange juice.
That's right.
I'm in
there.
There
You go.
I'm in there.
All right.
Is that it?
That's it. Let's go to break.
You want to? Do the rest of us have a thing to?
Come on, let's go. Bring it.
I'm getting upset with the pro athletes. I'm sick and tired of hearing the pro athletes making all these monies, and you got all this stuff going on. They're in trouble. They're in jail. They're beating their kids. They're doing this. They're doing that. When are they going to realize you're making a ton of money doing what you want to do? I've had enough of it. I've had enough of it with this professional sports, with the NBA, the Major League Baseball, the football. I've had enough of it. Can't keep their noses clean. They can't keep their noses clean.
So what's your protest? What are you going to do?
I'm just sick and tired of it.
Could
Sick and tired of seeing all these guys in professional sports making these millions and millions and millions of dollars, and they want to break the law illegally all the time. Adrian Peterson, look at this thing. Look at the Rice thing. They're all. I've had enough of it.
How about this one? You heard what happened over the weekend to the Dallas Cowboy running back.
No.
He was arrested for shoplifting underwear and cologne out of a mall. He was arrested on a misdemeanor charge Class B, which is for items between $50 and $500 of value being shoplifted. Now, can you tell me that this guy doesn't make enough money to buy underwear and cologne?
Yeah, but they were Jordan underwear without any tags.
No tags.
No tags.
These guys can afford to buy the entire plant. They can make.
I agree. You know what, Bobcat? I agree with you. And it just seems now, right now, it seems to be prevalent in football.
Because it's football season.
I'm wondering what's going to happen when the NBA season starts. You know, if we're going to hear stuff there, because there's always issues with the NBA as well.
Sirens come.
Exactly. So, yeah, I mean, I just think it's with football season. Then you have a guy like Adrian Peterson, who is your face for all of this with what happened with the child abuse, and then he tells somebody, he claims rather innocently, that he smoked weed while he was on probation. So now they're talking about revoking his probation if they haven't already done so. You got Greg Hardy from the North Carolina Panthers, who's been suspended, and he is still not gone on trial. Then you got Jameis Winston in Florida State, who has not been suspended by the team. No evidence of him being paid for his 950 autographs so far.
And what the quote price was $168,000, claiming that that's what he made.
Right. And then Todd Gurley, the running back, who was the leading candidate for the Heisman Trophy down in Georgia, who has been indefinitely suspended by the team pending investigation. So
I just don't get it, man. They get to do what they want to do.
We're not hearing about any women that are doing this crap.
Well, I'll tell you what, Hope Solo, the goaltender for the women's soccer team, she was arrested or brought up on charges earlier this year on a domestic violence against her sister or brother or something, if memory serves.
Yeah.
So, but you're right.
Kicked his ass.
Yeah, no, you're right. You are right there. But it just does seem to be more prevalent, of course, when a man does it to a woman because of all the reasons that you hear in the news of strength and power, and it's just not right. Whether when it's reversed, it's less common.
Oh, yeah, because a guy ain't going to admit he's got his butt kicked.
He got his butt kicked by a female. Absolutely.
Absolutely. It's just, I mean, it's just like, remember when Plexico Burress?
Yeah, shot his leg.
I mean, this guy can afford to hire a fleet of armed security people. If he's that worried about going out with the homies and everything else, and somebody going to take a crack at him,
By the way, it's 3-3, top of the ninth. St. Louis and the Giants tied up. San Francisco leads 3-1.
How about the Kansas City Royals, buddies?
Yeah.
Got a Jet score update?
Who cares?
I do.
I'll get it for you during the break.
We'll do it during break. All right, you're listening to Vegas Unwrapped. Coming up on the other side, only means one thing. It's time for Doing It With Styles. Another word going out from JPEG. All right, welcome back to Vegas Unwrapped. Hour number 1 is almost in the books already, Mr. Cash. Can you believe it?
Yes, but we're going to go out with Styles.
We're going to go out with Styles. Coming up right now, Mr. JPEG gets in front of the camera.
Gets a little wick
to do Doing It With Styles.
It's a little weird.
It's time for Doing It With Style. Sponsored in part by A.A. Casaro Plumbing and Construction.
A little smooth jazz there at the end. All right, Mr. JPEG.
That's Lee Oscar, by the way.
Yes.
Absolutely. And the name of the song is Haunted House.
Well, perfect for the holiday season.
Creaking door.
Yes. Now we give you a little rise. Here's Herb Albert to guide you through Doing It With Style. Yeah, exactly. Take it away there, JPEG.
Okay. Even if you've never been a fan of Glenn Campbell, this one's certain to tug at your heartstrings. You all know what's going on with Glenn Campbell?
Yeah.
Didn't he fly into a mountain?
Will you stop it?
No.
I knew
that was the Denver guy.
That was John
Bob
Denver.
Denver.
Yeah.
Bob Denver. Okay, that's a winner.
So in 2011, Glenn Campbell was diagnosed with Alzheimer's. Yeah. And I'm going to read from this because I thought this was pretty good. And besides, I couldn't remember it all. So the Country Music Hall of Fame member who was diagnosed with Alzheimer's in 2011 is out with the video for the final song he'll ever record, I'm Not Gonna Miss You. It was recorded in 2013 with producer Julian Raymond. I'm still here, yet I'm gone. I don't play guitar or sing my songs. The tune begins as it details his struggles with the disease. The poignant music video that accompanies it spans Campbell's career. It contrasts Campbell singing in the studio with home video and clips throughout his career. There are even images of doctors discussing his brain scans with him. So you have to go Google this and see the video. It's just awesome. Because of the progression of the disease, the 78-year-old Campbell was admitted to a special care facility in Nashville in April. Sadly, Glenn's condition has progressed enough that we no longer able to keep him at home, Campbell's family said in a statement to Rolling Stone. He is getting fantastic care and we get to see him every day. Our family wants to thank everyone for their continued prayers, love, and support. So, because of this video that he did, and if you haven't seen it, you have to go see this. So, the Doing It With Styles Award is going to Glenn Campbell this week.
Excellent.
I think it takes a lot of guts to do something like that, and I commend him for it, because it could very easily have gone the other way.
Oh, absolutely.
Glenn Campbell, one of the first crossover stars to go from country to pop and be a mega star in both avenues.
Yeah. Well, had his own TV show.
Right, remember that.
Smothers Brothers.
Right.
Was on the Smothers Brothers all the time. In fact, wasn't he a writer or something with the Smothers Brothers?
He was even in a couple of movies, I remember.
Yeah.
And great career.
He was a Beach Boy?
Really?
Yes, Glenn Campbell was a Beach Boy.
I did not know that.
Neither did I.
See, another thing that you find out that you did not know on Vegas Unwrapped.
There you go.
Wow.
He played with the Champs, the Beach Boys, Bobby Gentry, Ann Murray, Jimmy Webb, John Hartford, and Jerry Reed.
Wow.
That's who he's been associated with in terms of his music.
Wow.
Jimmy Webb might be the greatest songwriter, one of the greatest songwriters of all time during the 60s and 50s.
You're crazy.
Great songwriter. Seriously. Tremendous.
Sorry, man. That's all I got.
That's all you got?
Yeah.
What was his big hit? Do you remember?
Rhinestone Cowboy.
Rhinestone Cowboy.
Yep.
That's it.
No, there was a couple others.
The one that I really liked, my favorite, was Gentle on My Mind.
Yeah.
I thought that was the best thing that he had done. I really do.
Yeah, a few others though.
Wichita Lineman.
Wichita Lineman was probably his biggest hit though.
And then the duo with him and Bobby Gentry, God's Little Green Apples.
Yep. Tremendous.
Wasn't that Roger Miller?
No.
We'll look him up. Controversy here in the
Phillips
studio.
is over there going,
I know. No, in the studio. No, that's a Bobcat issue.
There you go. Let's
Put
see.
those box cars together and get it. How was that shake?
That was a good shake. Hold on.
I bet it was.
Thank you for listening to Doing It With Style. Sponsored in part by A.A. Casaro Plumbing and Construction and heard exclusively on Vegas Unwrapped.
Can you bring up my pod?
Was John, not this John, that John, is he a little deeper in voice on that one?
I'll tell you
am I
what.
crazy? Or, that sounded like he was like,
When we were in production doing the commercials and intros for Raw Power Sports, I found out the secret of how John does what he does. You don't just get in front of the microphone and drop your voice and raise your voice and drop your voice. For him, think Jim Carrey and Ace Ventura.
he looks like him.
Because he just gets physically, he changes his face, his cheeks, his neckline to really open up his throat to get to those tones, and he just makes the faces and it was I saw that. It's like I got to see. I can never do that, not the way he does. That's why he's a professional. That's why he does what he does.
and he does it quite well.
Yes, absolutely. I have a special here as long as we're talking about him. Well, not John Lindquist, although John Lindquist is good. That's him.
Len Campbell. I'm going to take a wild guess. 1974 on that one?
I have no idea. I just pulled it up on MSN, Mr. Cash.
All right. Practicing for dates in history.
Sometime in the 1900s.
This was actually this was the performance he did when he appeared on the Smothers Brothers. So
that was late 60s.
There you go.
Early 70s.
He was really a rugged-looking guy.
Yeah.
I mean, he was. I keep seeing fuzzies on the microphone in the corner of my eye. It's driving me nuts. But I mean,
maybe that's the fuzzy that came off Bobcat's lip, which we all got on camera earlier.
It was just your ice cream.
I can't wait
just the whipped cream.
I can't wait to see it on camera, on film.
All right, so good job there, Mr. JPEG, as always, picking up another one. And
Thank you very much.
Yes, and please let's do one for the folks down at Rebecca and California Pizza. We'll take it down there and set it up and do a little video down yonder. All right, Mr. Cash, anything else tickling your brain before we go to the top of the hour break?
No, I think we're ready for our second hour, which will
we'll open up with celebrity birthdays and bring in our guests.
Bring in our guests. We got some interesting stories to hear.
We do.
What? Guests.
We have guests?
Guests.
Do you have your teeth in?
Yes, I do. Does he?
I don't know.
Does
With
he
him,
have
it's a
his
hearing
in?
aid. With him, I think it's his hearing aid. What?
Nothing's coming out of this either.
No kidding.
That's right.
Technology at its best.
That's right. That's why I bring my own.
No. That's why I can hear him, but I can't hear
Yeah, exactly. Selective hearing at its best. All right, that does it for hour number one. Hour number two's coming up. You know what that means, folks. Celebrity birthdays, dates in history, guest time, digression, you name it. We're bound to go to hell in the second hour, as we usually do. Although we might have a little more decorum because of our guests, but I have a funny feeling if we go, they're going to go with us. I just have that funny feeling. So hang in there. Coming up on the other side, we're going to have some more fun. Vegas Unwrapped. We'll be back with more right after this. All right, welcome to Vegas Unwrapped. Where have you been?
Part deux.
Our phone number is 702-483-4444. Skype line is Vegas AllNet Radio. We'd love for you to jump in and be part of the show, or you can even message me through Facebook at Aaron Phillips. I do check Twitter every once in a while. Aaron_Phillips_ is my Twitter handle. You can send messages there too if you'd like. But it's now time, Mr. Cash, for your, well, really my favorite part of the show. And, oh my God, what is that? Holy shnikes. 10 celebrities who ruined their faces with Botox. I don't know who this is. But anyway, if you're celebrating a birthday today, October 16th, we want to wish you a happy birthday from all of us here at Vegas Unwrapped Internet Radio, and you're celebrating a birthday with these people.
We'll let the ladies join in.
I was just going to say, ladies, your microphones are going to turn on here in a second. Rosemary to my left, Kathy to Cash's right, and the first willing members of the Ricky Cash fan club to actually want to come in as they're here in Vegas on other business to make time to come meet the man in person. How you ladies doing?
Very well. We're doing really well tonight. Yes.
Good. Well, welcome. We thank you for taking time out of your schedule to join us in studio.
And they survived the first hour.
They survived. They haven't gone running out with the head on fire or anything, which is always good.
Don't start Rosemary laughing, though.
Oh, that's okay. That's all right. Nothing wrong with laughter. We like laughter. All right. This is the part of the show. Now, you guys watch the show, obviously, so you know what we do on dates in history and celebrity birthdays. But I give out the name of an entertainer, and it's a game that everybody pretty much guesses the age of the person who we're throwing out there. A little bit of a contest usually between Cash and Bobcat. That's how he got his milkshake earlier in the first show.
So I'm taking my title and I am retiring for this evening. Yes,
correct. So
good job.
We're starting from scratch. So you ladies are more than welcome to chime in.
So I guess I could put away the nunchucks.
The nunchucks, exactly. All right, here we go. Everybody ready? Singer John Mayer. This generation's Eric Clapton.
What?
John Mayer. I'm just reading what's here.
Okay.
All right, listen. I don't make the stuff up. I'm just reading it.
27.
27.
I'm not playing tonight.
Yes, you are.
I'd say 37.
All right.
I was going to go 35.
Yeah.
John Mayer is 33.
37 would be the correct answer for Rosemary. She's got it right on the button.
He's my hero.
All right.
So that was a 3? It wasn't a 2 that I read?
Yeah, I'm sorry. It was a
son
3.
of a gun.
Actress Kelly Martin. She was Corky's sister on the show Life Goes On. That was the show with the disabled young boy.
Down syndrome.
Down syndrome, correct, about 15 years ago.
Yeah.
35.
35.
I'd say 33.
44, 33,
38.
38.
Let's go 39.
39 would be the correct answer there, Bobcat.
I'm watching him, so he's not cheating.
No,
That's right.
I'm not cheating at all. You are more than welcome to look at anything that I have here.
What's that list?
It's called the show's cue sheet. That's what it's called.
Wendy Wilson.
Wendy. Who?
She's the daughter of Beach Boy Brian Wilson's. Brian Wilson. Wendy Wilson. You know Wilson Phillips, it's her sister. How old is Wendy Wilson?
44.
44.
45.
45. I got a 41. I feel like you're like at an auction.
41.
41.
Rosemary. Oh, I'd say 46.
Somebody said 45. Who was that? Mr. Cash got it right at 45. That's right. Terry J. Vaughn. She played Lovita on the Steve Harvey Show. She was also Janelle on All of Us, the sitcom that was loosely based on Will and Jada Pinkett Smith's home life. How old is Terry Vaughn?
37.
37.
40.
40.
45.
45.
50.
50. Do I hear 55? 60 going. Terry Vaughn is 45. Kathy gets on the board.
Oh, finally.
All right.
You don't win anything.
You just are.
I thought I would get one of those
Oh, you get a
milkshakes.
But you have to come back next week to get it.
Yeah.
I can drive
right.
that far.
You donate it.
Actress Pamela Bach. She played Kay Morgan from Baywatch, and ex-wife of international superstar David Hasselhoff.
44D.
That's not bad. 51.
51, says Mr. Cash.
55.
I'll say 50.
50, 55.
You took my 55. I'll have to go 54.
All right, either way, you're wrong because she's 51. So Mr. Cash gets it right.
Hey.
Uh-oh.
I am impressed.
Yeah.
So is he.
2 in one night.
Former NBA basketball star Manute Bol. 7 foot, 7 inch former NBA star and celebrity boxing champion.
I'll say 55.
55.
52. Ooh, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
52.
All right, 52.
I'll say 50.
50.
53.
52 is the correct answer for Mr. Cash. Actor Tim Robbins used to be married to Susan Sarandon, and of course, Shawshank Redemption, Cadillac Man, and all kinds of other, Bull Durham, all kinds of other great movies that Tim Robbins was in.
56.
55.
56, 55,
58.
58.
61.
56 is the correct answer for Rosemary. She's got it. She's hanging 3-2, I believe, right?
Yeah.
All right, there we go.
And so he's the ex now?
He is, yes, he's no longer with Susan Sarandon. That's correct. Suzanne Summers. Of course, Three's Company fame.
64.
64.
59.
59.
65.
65.
63.
63. Did you give one guess?
Yes.
68 would be the correct answer for Suzanne Summers. And she's still looking good at 68.
Yeah, she
let me tell
certainly
you.
is.
Fred Turner. He was the Turner of Bachman Turner Overdrive.
Wow.
He'd have to be in his 70s.
71.
Okay.
68.
71, 68,
73.
73,
69.
69. Mr. Cash gets it at 71 is correct.
What the hell is going on here? Are we in the Twilight Zone?
Telling you. Took his meds tonight. Angela Lansbury.
God, she's still alive?
Yeah.
88.
Gonna say,
88. Heard an 88.
89.
89.
87.
87.
70. 3.
She'll send you a Christmas card because she's turning 89 today. Mr.
Oh,
Cash
no.
gets it right.
All right, man. You're having a good week today, Cash.
How many did he get?
He's got 5 tonight.
Too bad he wins nothing. Anyway,
Mercifully.
mercifully, that does it for celebrity birthdays. Once again, happy birthday from all of us here at Vegas Unwrapped Internet Radio. And if you're celebrating a birthday, happy birthday from all of us here from the gang. All right. Now it is time for Dates in History. Brought to you by Insomniacs. No. What year, Mr. Cash? Queen Marie Antoinette was beheaded via the guillotine at the time of the French Revolution.
Wow. They chopped her head off. French Revolution. Wow.
It's only 60 minutes left in the second hour here, Mr. Cash.
1798.
It's amazing when you go reaching how close you actually come to some of these. 1793 would be the correct answer. What year did the first Automobile Club of America be started, was underway?
The AAA. 1916.
1900 would be the correct answer.
They only had 4 cars on the road.
Well, listen, that's why they only had 3. They only had 3. That's why they had 3 A's. What year did Margaret Sanger open the first birth control clinic in New York City?
Saturday. First birth control.
You like that one, didn't you, ma'am? That was a pretty good one, wasn't it?
Oh, gosh. 1949.
1916 would be the correct answer.
16?
Yeah, 16.
Wow, a lot of babies in between.
Yes, there were. What year did Loretta Lynn become the first woman to win the CMA's most prestigious honor, Entertainer of the Year?
Loretta Lynn.
Yep.
1966.
1972 would be the correct answer.
Far away.
What year did the song Disco Duck by Rick Dees and his cast of idiots hit #1 in the Billboard charts?
I slept through that year. 1976.
You slept through that year?
Yeah.
But you got it right in 1976. Of course, Disco Duck, the disco word was probably a good clue for you, wasn't
Disco,
it?
yeah.
Yeah, sure.
right.
Pulled that one out of your backside.
Got you in the mid-1900s.
Yeah, exactly.
Feel that guillotine coming down, man.
What year did rescuers in Midland, Texas pull 18-month-old baby Jessica out of the well that she had fallen into 58 hours earlier?
1992.
You're disagreeing with him, Rosemary.
I'd say 2002.
1987 would be correct.
Really?
That
Yeah.
long ago.
Yeah.
Because now she's 35 and she's a hooker in Dallas.
Well, actually, there's an interesting note here. When she turns, or quickly do the math, when she turns 26, she's going to get her hands on $1 million trust funded by complete strangers from around the world who just threw money at a girl who suffered 2 days of hardship and has no memory of the ordeal. So,
Do you have her phone number?
yeah, exactly.
But you're going to remember that $1 million, so I bet you that.
She remembers last Saturday, though. I'll tell you that.
Oh, my goodness. All right. What year George Harrison, Eric Clapton, Neil Young, and others saluted Bob Dylan at Madison Square Garden? The highlight of the night was when Sinead O'Connor was booed off the stage for that earlier incident on Saturday Night Live where she tore up the Pope's picture. She cried.
Ooh.
She's a bipolar bisexual priest, just as an FYI. What year did that happen?
It was in the early 90s. I'm going to say 91.
92 would be the correct answer.
She didn't make it long in the music business either.
No, she didn't.
No, she really did.
1 million or so African American men in Washington, D.C. formed for the Million Man March led by Nation of Islam leader Louis Farrakhan. What year did that take place?
2002.
That's what I would say, too.
1995 would be the correct answer.
How about that?
And mercifully, we're down to one more. Actress Audra Lindley. She was Mrs. Roper on Three's Company, and she was Phoebe's grandmother on Friends. Died of complications from leukemia at the age of 79.
Wow. 2000.
1997 would be the correct answer there, Mr. Cash. Got one out of all those. For dates and
I
history.
guessed that one totally.
Certainly did. You drew that one out of your hat.
I like the French
right.
Revolution one.
When we come back on the other side, we're going to talk with Kathy and Rosemary
It's about time.
about the Ricky. I know they're probably saying the same thing. I've been sitting here for an hour and 15 minutes, for crying out loud. Get to us already, so we get the hell out of here.
I probably forgot who Ricky Cash was.
That's right. All right, don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more shenanigans right after this. All right, welcome. They're finally seeing the evidence here on the table. What we were doing during the last break.
Last break for you. Last hour.
Last
for me.
hour. No, that's actually empty, folks. And what's that?
Can we drink on the air?
Hey, we're on the
The
internet,
internet.
man.
We can do almost anything.
That's right.
Anything, huh?
That's right.
Almost anything.
We'll get to why that box is there. Is it full? Yeah, yeah.
Really good. She fits right in.
Absolutely.
I was sort of worried about
I
going
know the
down.
second notes. Told you, if we're going to go down, they're going with us. So well done. All right. So joining us now at the microphone are the first two individuals who've requested time. It's like requesting time with the Pope, for crying out loud.
Please.
They're here in town on a conference and got in touch with us through Vegas Unwrapped's website, wanting to meet Ricky Cash in person, the man, the myth, the legend behind the Ricky Cash fan club as to why we're raising funds. Please welcome Rosemary and Kathy to the show. Welcome, ladies.
Well,
Thank you very much.
thank
We're
you.
very happy to be here.
We're thrilled.
Cash is thrilled to see you that there really are members out there.
Not only that, but this is the first time that somebody's actually come into studio and admitted that they joined the club. So this is a big thrill for all of us.
Well, we wanted to make sure it was legitimate.
Well, we have about 70 people that also ask us every day about that. So
Oh, that's funny.
Just wanted to make sure you weren't like Uncle Ben or Aunt Jemima or
The Wizard of Oz.
The Wizard of Oz.
Right.
Wizard of Odd would be more like it with him. So, all right. So, so thank you for joining. So, what prompted you? I mean, you obviously read the backstory. Why did you decide to become members of the fan club? I mean, there's a lot of causes, a lot of things that go on around the world. And what was it about supporting our efforts to help the communities around? But how'd you become a member of the fan club?
Well, when I heard about it, I'm also, both Rosemary and I are members of American Businesswomen's Association.
Okay.
So we have a lot of experience giving back to the community.
Okay.
And doing some charitable organizational type things. And I lived here in Las Vegas back in, I think it was 1958.
wow.
My mother and my brother and I moved out here and lived here for about a year and a half or so. And I've come back several times, and I've had relatives that live here. And there's just something about Las Vegas that kind of holds a little piece of my heart. And I really do like what you're doing. And it's not just here in Las Vegas. I noticed that it was all over.
Yeah, that was part of it. Obviously, so many of our listeners are local, and yet because of the internet, we're all over the place. And many of the people that we know outside of Las Vegas have some ties to the town, and so where they came from, where they are now, we perhaps might have known them while they were here, and so that's how it seems to have spread nationally. And now we got a couple of California people.
Yeah, I guess we're the only two, and we're from Palm Desert in the Coachella Valley, and so we're going to try and
Spread the word.
more. Yes.
Well, that would be great. We've made some contributions already. As a matter of fact, Brandy Lane, our Louisiana connection, and one of our recent members, she just logged on and she's listening. We helped support a cause down there in Louisiana for her. We just helped out cystic fibrosis. We know this upcoming year, this is really a big push for us, because as we enter this time of year where there's a lot of families in need of things, everything from food to Christmas gifts, Hanukkah gifts, and everything during the holiday season, we know we're going to be crushed with a lot of requests. Now, that doesn't mean we're going to donate to each and every one of them. We have a three-headed panel that's going to review all the requests and donate where we can and where we think it will benefit the most. So we're really helping communities, not just the Vegas community. And we're very excited about what that potential could bring for us and to help those in need.
Yeah, I think that's wonderful, and I think the more people that we can all help, and especially if you keep it here in the U.S., there's so many different things going on where people are doing things outside of the United States. I think we need a lot more going on inside. And I've talked to Rosemary, and she was very interested. So
Well, now that you're a member of that Women's Business Association, we'll get all those ladies involved right away, too.
that's right. That's right.
That's
We're
tremendous.
telling where this is going to go.
We're going viral.
We're going viral.
Tip of the
I
iceberg.
just don't want to go virus.
It's going to go virus. Exactly.
And there's several associations or chapters
of internet radio.
Oh, gosh.
but there's several chapters of ABWA here in Las Vegas.
Okay.
So we can kind of help spread the word through that.
Well, that would be
also
great.
for you.
We'll have you be our ambassadors to the women's organizations.
There
that would
you
be
go.
tremendous.
I'd be more than happy to.
Now, unfortunately, the shirts that have been part of the package were back ordered, but the good news is we're finally getting them on Tuesday.
Yes.
So we'll be shipping out all your goodies.
Yeah, our buttons should be coming up in a little while, and
Exactly.
we just made not the final cut on the proof for the membership
Right.
certificate.
Right.
We changed that originally. We put it down as a membership card, but we thought we wanted something that people would think would be suitable for framing. So we're putting in a certificate form.
There you go.
And you'll have Ricky looking down at you.
But in lieu of the I Love Ricky Cash T-shirts that you will be getting as part of your membership, because we can, I brought in for you, because you both were so good sports during birthdays and dates and sitting here for an hour and 20 minutes doing nothing, your very own clean wash Vegas Unwrapped T-shirts for your very own. There's one for you
Oh, cool.
and one for you.
Oh, thank you so much.
Your
Oh,
pleasure.
it's nice and roomy.
Okay.
Now when you
Plenty
get
of room.
plenty of room. They might shrink a little bit, but
Especially if you use a lot of hot water.
especially if you use a lot of hot water. So now when you get home, I need you to wear them, take a picture, post it
Post
on
on
Facebook.
Facebook. That's
I
the
will
whole
do
thing.
that.
So that would be great. So a little token from us, and then the rest of your goodies for your membership will be sent out after next week once we get all the last of our goodies in. So, but thank you for supporting us. Now, on a side note, okay, and I joked about the box here, and I've got to ask why that box is here, what you do for business back in California, because I'm intrigued by it. So please share that with our audience while you're here.
Well, first of all, we finished this whole box while we were in the hotel room. So we came in yesterday morning, and it's, if you can see, it's totally empty.
Yes, yes, too bad.
I have several businesses.
Okay.
This one is one that I just started recently, about almost 2 years ago. And I have a friend of mine who does a lot of camping, and a lot of her friends drink, boxed
Sure,
wine.
sure.
Very tacky box, but we do like Franzia.
Yes, Franzia is
But-
very good.
But, you don't want to just have an ugly box. So she asked me to make a cover for it.
Okay.
So I sat for a couple of weeks trying to come up with an idea. And so I came up. You want to help me with this, Rosemary?
Yeah, I do.
I found a great way to cover this.
Into the microphone, please.
I found a great way to cover this, and that way nobody will know that you're a heavy wine drinker.
A cheap wine.
A cheap wine
drinker.
drinker, first of all. And I this particular one has wine bottles, so
That's
that way
great.
people will know that it's wine.
Right.
But I make them in all sorts of designs.
So you custom make them.
I custom make them. I also have probably a couple of hundred already made up in different designs and fabrics.
Right.
I have the one that I originally made.
Rosemary.
Looking for that spout.
Yeah,
the
that's
spout.
right. I want everybody to notice. I don't know, John, if you can get a close shot of that, but I mean, it's even cut out to where the spout even comes out.
The
so
spout comes out.
That's terrific.
There's a handle here, so you can carry it to the park while you're drinking.
Sure.
You know.
Now, would that be considered concealed or not?
Well, I don't know. I never thought of that. And then it has a label on the back, and the name of the business is called What Wine Box.
Oh, that's great.
And I was trying to come up with an idea, and my oldest son, I was trying to get some ideas from my friends and everything, and my son came up and he says, well, what wine box? So
That's
I
great.
thought, perfect, so that's what I call it.
That's great.
You can get them on the internet. I have my business cards there. You can, it's whatwinebox.com. And we're on, you can, buy different fabrics and things on there. And then if you go to my Facebook page, which is also What Wine Box, they have the individual ones where I only make one or two of a kind. So that's what I do with that.
I'm just pulling up
Yeah.
your Facebook page right now.
Okay.
There it is right there. Click on it. That's it. Look at that.
Wow, maybe we could put a link on there to join the club.
Yeah, really.
There you go. Why not?
That's great. And here's one of Halloween fabric to get ready for the holidays.
Oh, my goodness. That's the holiday you were talking about.
And you have a fan club. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. All right. Well, that's good stuff. I love it. I mean, I'm flipping through your page here to see it. Just check it out. What Wine Box is the name of the Facebook page. You have the website, which is great. What does something like this go for? Now, I know there's different box sizes, correct, that you can buy the wine in?
There are, yes. The majority, the ones that I make where they're already pre-made,
Okay.
They fit Franzia and I think Vella,
Okay.
and they're all pretty standard. I think Black Box has a smaller box, and those are a little harder because they're more seams and panels to them. So
Gotcha.
this one I like. I can make them, and they're very easy.
So what does something like that go for?
I sell them for about $19.95 online, and that includes shipping.
Wow.
So
Nice.
I
That's
try to
great.
keep it, reasonable.
Absolutely. That's great.
Yeah.
That's a great, I love it. That's a great idea.
Well,
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
I wonder if carry them into the movies or into the ballpark,
Yes, you could. Yeah, carry it like a person.
I
Nobody
wouldn't
would
make it
know.
a wine cover. I'd come up with something different.
I would too.
Like popcorn or something as a cover.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, if you look through the photos, you'll see all the different styles that I have. Styles. There you go.
Styles. Your favorite sports team.
I just got a message from Brandy Lane, our friend down in Louisiana, and she's listening to us as we speak, and she says, share the link. I know lots of moms here in Louisiana that would murder for that product. So Brandy, I am copying and pasting the link to the Vegas Unwrapped fan page as we speak. So you can copy it and grab it and share it with all your wino friends down there in Louisiana. So we will do that. So absolutely. All right, we're at the bottom of the
She
hour.
didn't say that they were her friends. She said she knew people that it would be good for.
She knows people.
Just murderers.
Right. I mean, those people are right under the bus.
Don't murder for anything.
Take us to break, Cash, while I type. I can't take us to break and type at the same time.
All right, we're here with Kathy and Rosemary. This is Vegas Unwrapped. It's the second hour, and if you didn't know it was downhill, you haven't been listening at all. We'll be right back after these messages. We're going to talk some more with these fine young ladies, and then when we let them in on News of the Weird, oh, this place is going to rock. Vegas Unwrapped. I'm Ricky Cash, along with my partner, Aaron Phillips, JPEG behind the camera, boxcar. Bobcat. We got to kid him because he won the shake and
he challenged us.
he enjoyed it.
That's all right.
And that was good.
That's
and,
all right.
and we've got two lovely ladies here who just
shared it either, Bobcat.
so he steps on
It's
me.
all right. Leonardo will get his. Don't worry about it.
And we have two lovely ladies in here, Rosemary and Kathy, who have joined the Ricky Cash fan club, and now we're talking a little bit about what they do, and we will give them their opportunity to continue. Go for it.
Okay. Well, I'm going to go ahead and finish up on my portion, and the fact that I do sewing and I make the wine box covers, that all started about 1966, 67, when I opened up my dress shop, an East Indian boutique in Westwood called Designs Because of Sat Purush. Started making East Indian kurtas, which are those long white shirts that they wear in India.
Like what you're wearing?
Like what I'm wearing. And I started making them in bright paisley colors and very psychedelic, because that was back in the 60s.
Those days we remember well.
Stuff. And if you can remember that, you weren't there.
That's right.
Anyway, and I make all the stage clothes for the Strawberry Alarm Clock. Their first album, Incense and Peppermints,
That's
was
right.
shot in my dress shop.
Big hit. 66, maybe?
That was 67 and
67.
68.
Okay.
Yeah. I opened the shop just about the end of 66, 67. And so basically, that's what I did for many years. And I think I ended up closing the shop after a period of time. And about 40 years later...
After the drugs wore off.
The drugs wore off, and it was like, okay, back to reality.
Wasn't fun anymore.
I was contacted by one of the guys from the Strawberry Alarm Clock, George Bonnell, because they were all back together again. And this is about 5 years ago, and they've started performing, doing live shows, and they just released one last new album, I think was last year. But they found me on the internet and asked me if I was still the same one that made their clothes and if I would be interested in doing that again. So I said, of course. So I've kind of started it back up again without the brick and mortar shop. It's on the internet, it's on the web, and it's called Sat Purush, and that's S as in Sam, ATPURUSH.com. And by the way, one of the drummers from the Strawberry Alarm Clock lives right here in Las Vegas, Gene Gunnell. So you might come across him once in a while. And they're actually performing next Sunday at the Sherman Oaks Street Fair in Los Angeles, and they're going to be performing for about an hour and a half on stage.
Nice.
Yeah, and they're absolutely incredible. So that's kind of what I also do, along with my real job that pays my rent, is SCARM's Financial Group, which is a tax preparation and business consulting business that I have with my husband. So the other things are all just fun.
Wow. So you're really busy.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. As long as you're happy doing all of that.
Yeah, I am. It gives me something to do, and it keeps me off the streets. So, because I'm not making much money doing that.
Yeah. Absolutely. So, Rosemary, what's your story? What kind of work do you do? What's happening? What keeps you busy?
Oh, I'm a real estate broker in the Palm Springs area.
Okay.
And we came up here because Zillow.com, which is a major real estate website, was having their first ever national conference, you might say, kind of a forum. So there were 1,000 of us real estate agents from all across the United States who participated in their first forum. It was up there at the Mandalay Bay. There's 60,000. There's so many agents, real estate agents, realtors in the United States, and only 60,000 of us are premier Zillow agents.
Wow.
So it was wonderful. It's just real wonderful. So
Is the conference over, or is it still going?
It's still going, and it started with registration on Wednesday night, and we had all-day sessions and breakout sessions today, and we'll wrap it up tomorrow around noon.
Wow, are you going to get a chance to actually address the group?
No.
That was emphatic.
I mean, I had to ask a question or two while I was there, but
to drink that whole box of wine just
no, I'm not any kind of a big deal at all. But it's going to be really nice for me to bring back some of the information and the new ideas and bring that back to my work there in the Palm Desert, Palm Springs area.
Very cool.
It's really nice because, again, I'm thinking that we got the business ladies here and they're going to be doing this and spreading the word. I could just see her standing in front of 60,000 people in a screaming stadium yelling, "Ricky Cash." I can just see it now. Tremendous.
Did you bring a stack of cards to give her?
Not a big stack, but enough.
Well, I'll wear my T-shirt tomorrow. I mean,
There you go.
that'll probably create quite the buzz.
Oh,
We're going to say, Zillow who? Let's talk about Ricky Cash.
in his wildest dreams. But no, that's cool.
Okay.
How long have you been selling real estate?
We're going to keep
23 years,
23 years. All in California?
all out in the Palm Springs area.
Gotcha. Very cool.
I'm not like Kathy. I don't have more than one career. That takes up all my time and energy. That's what I do.
And how did you guys meet?
Through this ABWA, American Business
okay.
Women's Association.
Very cool.
So Kathy's been a member for, 27 years?
32.
32 years, and I've been a member for about 12. A lot of us in there are kind of long-time members. It's a wonderful organization. So
And
many
we all
of us,
started, we all started when we were only about 14.
yeah.
Well, of course.
So-
We knew that. We absolutely knew that.
Clarify that. So go ahead. I'm sorry.
It's a nice organization. So people join for many different reasons, and many times it's the friendships that we make that keep us coming
Oh,
back
absolutely.
year after year.
Absolutely. It's always the relationships that keep things going on some level or another. So,
Well,
no
it is
question.
fun. It's very rewarding to give back to the community.
Sure.
So I certainly understand why Ricky and you, Aaron,
Mm-hmm.
stay in this, because it's a feeling that's difficult to match. It's fabulous to give back.
Absolutely.
You guys do scholarships every year too, don't you? The ABW.
Not only do we do scholarships, but we also do educational activities for the members. So we can also learn how to do things. It's not just scholarships. Some of the things that we do really,
As part of your fundraising.
well, it benefits us and it improves our business skills as well.
We are so delighted to have you join us here tonight and have fun with us. And I want you to sit back and absolutely allow yourself to get silly, because you're about to hear
The most stupidest segment that we do.
the way we close this show in the last 10 or 12 minutes. It's called Weird News. And it's weird news throughout the world to show people that there are a lot crazier people out there than Phillips and Cash.
And they've been rated 3 times.
By the way, congratulations to the San Francisco Giants. They will be meeting the Kansas City Royals in the World Series.
Oh, they pulled out Game 5.
They pulled out Game 5, so they won that series 4-1. All right, coming around on the other side of the break, it's that time where we get to realize, as Cash said, we're a lot better off than we think. Weird news coming up next on Vegas Unwrapped. Aaron Phillips, hey, I got a quick question for you.
Go for it.
What's this about a Ricky Cash fan club I'm hearing about?
A friend of mine, who I know for 50 years, thought a Ricky Cash fan club would be great because he loves the character Ricky Cash, but he also knows we're trying to give stuff back to the community.
Like money.
Well, we haven't done that. All we've given is our time and effort, but now we need to give some money back to the community.
And this is a great idea to join the membership. There's 3 different levels, and you get all kinds of goodies like what?
Oh, you get T-shirts and pens and my picture and all sorts of stuff that I can't believe people will pay for.
And where can people learn more information?
At VegasUnwrapped.net, there's a Ricky Cash fan club tab. Go to it, join today.
So we can make a difference in the community with your help.
No question about it. Thank you so much. This is important to us.
The Ricky Cash Fan Club.
Ricky Cash has a fan club?
Yes, I know. Find out more at VegasUnwrapped.net.
All right, welcome back to Vegas Unwrapped. By the way, before we get started with weird news, Mr. Cash, I want to send a shout out to Sarge.
Sarge?
Down in Louisiana. Brandy's dog is growling at the computer because apparently he doesn't like men. So I'm just going to say, back up, Sarge. Relax, bud. We're okay. We're 1,800 miles away. We can't do any damage. But keep protecting Brandy. We'll be happy about that. All right. It's that time to realize that we're a lot better off than we think. Mr. Cash, kick us off.
No question about it. You know, since we have some entrepreneurs in-house tonight, I will tell you that the entrepreneurial spirit lives.
All right.
Doris Cavalho of Tampa, Florida, is raising venture capital to expand her hobby of crafting high-end handbags from groomed, recycled dog hair.
No.
2 pounds worth for each bag. With investors, she could lower her cost and the $1,000 price tag, since it now takes 50 hours of labor to make yarn for her horticultura accessory.
What was that last one?
Whatever that was.
Haute couture.
Haute couture? Is that the way you pronounce that?
Yeah, it's French. Oui, oui.
Oui, oui.
Doctors just want to have fun, Mr. Cash.
No way.
In August, West Virginia Board of Medicine report accused Martinsburg doctor Tressie Montine Duffy, she was only age 44, and owner of a weight and wellness clinic, of overprescribing drugs and repeatedly exposing herself to coworkers, including forcing one employee to motorboat Duffy's surgically enhanced breasts.
Wow.
can't make this stuff up.
You can't.
And if you read it on the internet, it's got to be true.
That's right. Let's go down under. Among the suggestions of the Brisbane... Oh, it took you guys a while. Among the suggestions of the Brisbane, Australia company Pets Eternal for honoring a deceased pet.
What?
Never mind.
I'm with you. All right, I just got
a
it.
reporter in September, keeping a whisker or a tooth or a lock of hair, or having the remains made into jewelry or mixed with ink to make a tattoo. Overlooked was a new project by the Houston space flight company Celestis, known for blasting human ashes into orbit, most famously those of Star Trek creator Gene Roddenberry. Celestis, working with a California company, will soon offer to shoot pets' remains into orbit for $995, or perhaps even to the moon for $12,000. I can see Ralph Cramden now. Bam! Zoom!
It's raining cats and dogs!
But there's no fire hydrants
Did you see
up there.
the joke on Facebook? Picture
one?
of the moon?
Yeah.
And it said Alice
Alice,
Cramden?
yes.
Oh, my God.
Where have
Look
you
at
been?
Alice
Where
Cramden.
have you been? That's been out there so long.
No, I just found it.
Names in the news. Number one, of the 3 suspects in an August arrest for making fraudulent purchases at a Jupiter, Florida shop, Ms. Cherry's Waffles Tennis. Number 2, the president of the Alabama Public Service Commission, who invoked prayer in July as the most effective way to fight federal restrictions on coal-fired power plants, Ms. Twinkle Andress Kavanaugh. And last but not least, the investigator for the Ohio State Auditor's Office, who was ordered by his supervisor in July to end a romantic relationship with another government official, Jim Longerbone.
Longerbone? Well, I'll tell you what.
How long was his bone?
Long enough to get him in trouble.
Well,
And a dog couldn't bury it.
let's stay on the same track here. In Venezuela, already in a recession,
Oh, God.
suffered a particularly cruel blow, according to a September Associated Press dispatch from Caracas. With the recent shortage in availability of breast implants for its beauty-obsessed senoritas, restrictive currency controls are limiting enhancement surgeries from the 85,000 performed last year, according to a local joke, will force Venezuelan women to start developing their personalities. However, according to a leading surgeon, when potential patients are told their preferred size implant is backordered, they merely choose the next largest available size.
That's a back order for you.
There you go.
Oh, it's a
Least competent criminals, Mr. Cash. One of your favorite topics.
We love these guys.
Not ready for prime time. Police in West Valley City, Utah, searched for an exceptionally unintimidating man in August after reports that the man tried to rob a Subway sandwich shop and a Family Dollar store. In each episode, an employee told the man to wait while the employee went to the back room, but then simply failed to return, leading the robber eventually to walk away empty-handed. And number 2, in Londonderry, Northern Ireland, in August, Kevin Clarence, all of age 20, was arrested for an inept attempt to rob a supermarket. He entered the store and only then, according to the witnesses, put a plastic garbage bag over his head and decided to wait in line for his opportunity to address the cashier. He quickly got tired of waiting and said, "I'll be back," but was caught by police minutes after leaving the store. It's lucky he didn't suffocate.
You know, there's nothing like
got air holes in there.
there is nothing like the American scene.
Right.
Stacey Ann Spence, 42, is hauled to jail for assault in Sandpoint, Idaho in September. But when the squad car arrived at the station, officers learned that during the ride, she completely gnawed through the back seat, foam padding, and seat cover.
Nice.
Must have been hungry.
Yeah. Well, she's got a hell of a fang tooth.
Wow. A 38-year-old man was taken unconscious to St. Mary's Hospital in Rochester, Minnesota in August after allegedly choking his mother-in-law and refusing to cooperate with police, who used a stun gun and a chemical spray on him to no effect. He dramatically KO'd himself with an empty beer bottle. Boing!
Jeez. But you know, Mr. Cash, it's all about safety, not money. On the same day in September, Washington, D.C. and the New York City made traffic camera announcements, with Washington declaring a revenue crisis and New York revealing that just one speed camera in Brooklyn had earned the city $77,550 in a single day. The District of Columbia had projected $93 million in annual camera income, but estimated it would only collect about $26 million. While New York City, which has many fewer cameras, was marveling at the 1,551 tickets the Brooklyn camera zapped on July 7th. Take us home, Mr. Cash.
Let's put a perspective on it. Leonard decides whether you can be nervous or not.
Leonard?
I know Leonard. Embody marched up and down a sidewalk in September in front of Hillsborough High School in Nashville, Tennessee.
Oh, I thought you said Hillsborough, New Jersey.
In military clothing with a rifle on his back and a GoPro camcorder attached to his chest.
Attached to his what?
Chest.
Okay. It sounded
Just
like
his latest street demonstration supporting Tennessee's open carry gun law. According to a WSMV TV report, this episode made even more supporters edgy because of the other school setting. But Embody failed to see the problem. Other people may think I look terrifying, he acknowledged, but he doesn't think he does, and if you disagree, he suggested psychological counseling. Wow. Tennessee bans guns on school property, but a few inches away on the sidewalk, Embody decided that was not a problem.
You know, usually, whenever we have any problems coming into the studio, Weird News certainly makes me feel like I ain't got no problems.
We have nothing.
We have nothing on these people who are doing this stuff. All right, good show tonight, folks. We want to thank you for listening. Of course, if you missed it live or want to recap something special, you can always check out our YouTube channel. Our video will be up sometime tomorrow afternoon. Check out our podcast. As always, we want to thank the ladies for coming in and making a special trip to visiting us here at Vegas Unwrapped.
And spending the entire show with us.
Absolutely. I don't know what caused them to do that. Must have been the tax we put on their seats. They can't get up. Next week's show.
They were getting paid.
Oh, they thought they were getting dinner from us.
They're going to get paid weekly.
Very weekly.
Very weekly.
Exactly. All right. Have a great week, everybody. Stay tuned for BCN Talk following our show with Robert and Gil. They got some great guests coming up to share some great ideas about business. Mr. Cash, be kind to each other, sir. And why is that?
Because we are all we have.
By the way, see you on the 19th in Tuxedo at the Canyon Gate Country Club.
Oh, my.
Dick Castell and the big orchestra with Sandy Castell and Mike Leonetti. We will be there. Full pride. No, tickets are sold out from what I understand.
We'll be interviewing.
So you'll see us on YouTube in our full tuxedo regalia. Have a great week, everybody. We love you for listening. Please join the Ricky Cash fan club so we can do more with the community. Have a great week, everybody. From Vegas Unwrapped, Aaron Phillips, Ricky Cash, Bobcat on the board, JPEG behind the camera. We love you. See you next week on Vegas Unwrapped.